What's up, everybody? And today we're checking out Brandon Herrera training with real Russian operatives. Considering he is the AK guy, this will be very, very interesting. If you want to watch the video without me waffling over the top, it's down in the description below. This is a relatively older video, being 4 years old, but still, let's watch it, let's have some fun, and let's see what training techniques these Russian operatives have. Before we get started, links down below to all the usual stuff. I'm away this week. Probably going to start doing some gameplay next week, so let me know what you want me to play. I'm thinking of starting off with something like Bad Company 2, sorry. What do you think with that? Let me know what you think anyway. Other than that, let's shut up, let's pull this up, and let's see what he's up to.
No, stop, safety.
Well, he looks young here.
That's me. You're probably wondering how I got myself into this situation, and who's the angry Russian that's shouting in my ear right now? Well, to answer that, we have to go back a little bit. Center T was doing an American tour.
He looks really young 4 years ago, doesn't he? That's crazy.
And I was asked to host a training course right here in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Now, Center T is a world-class training organization that teaches civilians and military personnel alike all sorts of skills, including the art of the AK.
So he is in America here doing this then, is he? Which is interesting. So this Russian guy lives in America or has come to America to train people?
The angry Russian? That's Dima. Dima runs Center T.
Whoa.
He's currently shouting at me because my footwork sucks. But this wasn't just a random verbal assault. Me and just under 20 other students had signed up for this course, and this was the sort of thing that we were going to subject ourselves to in order to learn how to properly run the AK the Russian way.
Okay.
That's really interesting considering it is a Russian weapon, right? But at the same time, like, I don't think you need to be trained by Russians to be able to be good with the weapon. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think it's just a bit of a... I wouldn't say gimmick, because this guy obviously knows exactly what he's doing and with that weapon, and he's probably trained with it his whole life. But still, like, you don't have to go... Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to go to... I don't know. Isn't it the Germans that make the SA-80? Like, obviously, I don't have to... Was it the Germans who makes the SA-80? That's the thing. Like, I don't even know who makes the SA-80, and yet I'm still proficient with that rifle. Do you know what I mean? Where is the SA-80 made? I thought it was like a German-owned Heckler and Koch or Koch. Isn't that German? I might be wrong here. Let me see. 1 second. I'm searching this. Location. Germany. Yeah. So obviously I don't need to be taught by a German how to use the SA-80, right? Like, and it's a silly point to have to make, isn't it, really? But still, I think it's cool that he's doing this.
However, Dima is about as authentic as they come, meaning the instructions were mostly in Russian. Thankfully, we had the mythical Graham Bates there to translate for us, so we poor American English speakers could figure out exactly what was being said.
And prior to shooting, take notice of shooting position, where your feet, your knees, your back, your shoulders are, and then once again on the weapon prior to shooting.
He's literally got a friggin' AK tattooed on his arm.
Where your feet, your knees, your back, your shoulders
That's
are.
hilarious. Is it an AK? Kind of looks like an AK.
Again on the weapon prior to shooting.
Yeah, it is.
Graham Bates was mostly there to translate the in-depth explanations of exactly how we were fucking up. It was very clear without a translator that we were fucking up on occasion. It was his job to explain exactly how. Now, the Russian style of training has a little bit of a
It's telling you to
reputation.
keep the gun at the target. Do all the stuff you need to do while it's pointed at the target and stop moving the barrel away from the target.
Here in the U.S. for being unsafe. This could not be farther from the truth when it came to Dima and the way Center T does things. I've actually never
What was it he
seen
said
nothing
then?
farther. Training has a little bit...
What was he saying?
Now, the Russian style of training has a little bit of a reputation here in the U.S. for being unsafe. This could not be farther from the truth when it came to Dima and the way Center T does things. I've actually never seen an instructor in my entire life that focused more on safety than...
I think it's more the there's crazy Russian videos with people with guns, right? Like, I think that's more than anything. But when you get on a range like this, they're probably really safe.
they did. Safety was clearly their #1 priority, and it was to a degree that I have never seen before in this country.
No good safety. No safety. No. No. Safety. Okay.
Don't take your safety off until you pointed.
No safety. Remember.
If you were caught even with your safety on, but your hammer not forward and the trigger totally dead, you were in trouble.
Woo!
Safety. Bam. Problem.
That's good that they are showing them specifically the good procedures, or the what we call SOPs, standard operating procedures in the military for that weapon. And it's what we did in the Royal Marines with the S80 and all the other weapons I shot with, right? You have certain SOPs for certain weapons depending on how that weapon functions, right? And so, you know, depending on what you got on for these, it's the AK. There is a certain safety procedure that they're doing specifically for the AK. Doesn't mean that you can't do that on other weapons as well. It just means that it's the most safe this weapon can be if you follow these SOPs. Does that make sense?
Problem.
Their emphasis was also very clearly not on speed. It was about technique and accuracy, which I learned, I would like to say quickly, but the hard way. Because if you missed your target, you were doing babushkas. I was very unclear on whether this meant you shot like a grandmother or you were shooting your grandmother. Either way, you were doing a lot of push-ups, the amount of which per miss varied from exercise to exercise, but I did a lot of push-ups. One of the things that was taught with very heavy emphasis was stance. Where were your feet located? How were your shoulders put in relation to each other? Where was the rifle sitting?
Is that like replaced plastic there? Do you see that? Like where the classic wood is? It looks like it's been replaced with like plastic that's supposed to look like wood. Unless it's just brand new, which I very much doubt it. That's interesting.
This is something that I thought I had on relative lockdown. As it turns out, I was very wrong.
Shot. No shot. Okay. Good position. Remember, it's one line.
As we got more and more comfortable with these core concepts, they began to teach us a few more advanced techniques, things that we would practice even through the rain.
That's sick. I really want to do something like this. I should have done it in America, shouldn't I? I want to be trained on the AK. It's such a cool weapon, isn't it? I'd love to be trained on the AK. I've shot blanks out of an AK when I was playing enemy, but that's about it.
Turn, raise weapon, then take the safety off.
Вы сейчас отвечаете за человека, который стоит впереди вас.
Now you're depending on the guy standing behind you.
Контакт right.
Check, check, check.
Check, check.
Safety.
Safety, post position.
Hold position.
Ready. Contact back. No. Stop. Safety. Repeat. Go forward. Okay.
Swivel.
Contact back. Yeah. Contact back.
Swivel.
Another thing covered that is
Contact back.
definitely beyond the beginner level is transitioning shoulders and the appropriate footwork that goes with that, the handwork that goes with that. It is something that is probably outside the comfort zone of most shooters, I would say, and it was something that I definitely could use a good bit of work on myself.
That's really, really cool. I want to do something like this. Why didn't I do it in America? I didn't have any weapons though, did I? Do you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't going to go buy an AK. How much is an AK in America? Do we have a price on what AKs are in America? Let's have a look. Let's see how much they are. New and used. Verifying I'm a human. Let's go. Yeah, I'm human. Let's have a look. Oh, there's one here for 1,000. One here for 875. One here for 656. So they're not crazy expensive, but they are pretty pricey. And I don't know whether they're going to be brand new. They're probably going to be used. You know? Here's a good one. Rack 47 Classical 831. Item cannot be shipped to California, Colorado, and a few other places. Super cool. What's going on with his left foot there? Look at that rotation in his left foot. Holy crap. Get some insoles or something. That looks rough. Unless it's just the boots and the way he stood. It might just be his boots and the way he stood, to be fair.
By the end of the day, we were all tired, but we had learned something new, and I think we had all advanced as shooters.
Thank you for a safe day and good training day. Gather up your stuff, don't lose any ammo, and we're done.
Cool.
We did continue to learn more and more advanced things on day 2 of the course.
It looks so young here, doesn't it?
However, obviously we can't put a lot of it on YouTube for a whole host of reasons, the primary one of which being that Center T really doesn't want to post the entire course online for free. Obviously, they still have to make a living at this, and of course, we're happy to respect that. So, I was happy to just go through day 2, allowing the course to kick my ass and realizing that I have a whole lot more to learn and a whole lot more to practice when it comes to the AK platform. So, it was a very cool experience for me, and I appreciate.
I wonder where this place is, where this is again. Because that's, if I was in America, I'd sign back up. I'd sign up for that.
Appreciate the Center T folks for allowing me to take the course. It was definitely an eye-opener. Oh, and at the end of the course, if you are deemed to have completed the class with some degree of competence and nobody else in the course deems you unsafe and they would train with you again, you are awarded this patch.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool. Not everybody gets this patch. If there are certain things that you just don't do properly or they feel that you're not ready, you don't get the patch. So if you have this, it should be taken as a point of pride, and I think a lot of the students did do that. And we had a lot of very cool people there at the course taking the class with us. I appreciated getting to know every single one of you, and of course would be happy to train amongst any single one of you if Center T ever does come back and we do another course like this. So all said and done, it was an honor and a privilege to get to train with the Center T guys. It was an honor and a privilege to get to train with every single one of you that took the course. I'm glad I got to meet you, and hopefully you all had as good of an experience with this as I did. And while I'm at it, let me go ahead and thank Fred from SaberWorks 13 for helping kind of put all this together.
I'm just going to let him finish off real quick.
And he did a good job with it. I'm sure I appreciate your help, and I'm sure the Center T crew appreciates your help putting all this together as well. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you'd like to learn more about Center T, click the link in the description. I will be happy to send you their way.
Just going to have a look at it real quick. It's all in Russian. Let's translate to English. Trainings. Let's have a look. That's really cool. AK operator, upcoming trainings. Is this actually, where is this in Russian? Is this Russia? In Russia? Because it's in rubles. Is it rubles? Is that what you call it? I wonder if it is. Yeah, it is in Russia. Holy crap. Did he actually go to Russia to do it, or did he come out to America and do it? That's really interesting. Really interesting. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they came out to America and did it. That's sick. I gotta be on top of this stuff and see if there's any of these like classes and courses out in America. I should get myself on them, shouldn't I? It's been a while since I've done some proper like professional shooting. I've taken up archery in the UK actually, and I'm really enjoying it. Archery is really fun. But yeah, this seems really interesting. I'd love to do it. I don't know if I want to go to Russia and do it though. I'll probably get arrested because I'm British and a former Royal Marine at the moment, and it's a bit iffy going over there right now, isn't it? Anyway, if you want to watch the original video, see all the links and all that good stuff, it's down in the description below, first line as it always is. Other than that, check out the description for all things, my recording gear, everything like that. If you want to get a hold of me, check out my Instagram, all my socials down below as well. Other than that, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.